Hey everybody, this is Candace and welcome to Ambition, Honey, and Hustle. So today we are going to revisit a little Steve Jobs quote and talk about how we stop living somebody else's life. Right back at you after the theme song. So the big question is this: how do we ambitious professionals avoid the slow-moving career, take control of our time, and get paid for two things? Doing what excites us and making an impact bigger than anyone ever thought was possible. That is the question, and this podcast has the answers. My name is Candace Spears, and welcome to Ambition, Honey, and Hustle. It is an insanely beautiful day, so I am coming to you on this episode from outside on my porch, so you get a chance to enjoy the birds and hopefully you don't hear any lawnmowers and all that good stuff. So on this episode, I was walking the other day. I was leaving the office and I was walking on my way to my car, which I park rather far away, and it's just me being cheap. I could get free parking like 5 blocks away. It's nice outside. I could use the exercise. I figure I'd just take it and walk. So while I'm walking, I'm always trying to make use of my time. Whatever I'm doing, how can I make use of my time? And so I listen to either podcast or listen to books on Audible while I'm walking. So 2 for 1, exercise and a little education. So as I am walking down the street on my way to the car, I'm listening, and it was a book I was listening to, and they started to say a quote from Steve Jobs. And I don't remember the quote exactly. It's one I had heard before, but it really just struck a chord with me. It was about those that are willing to be daring, and those are the ones that succeed. The ones that think they can change the world, those are the ones that do. And that just really, really resonated with me and hit me hard. And so I made a mental note that I was going to go back and look up that quote so I can share it with you all and just sort of talk through it a little bit. But as I went to Google and look up the quote, I came across a whole nother page of Steve Jobs quotes, and I'm sure you've seen them all over the place. But there is one in particular that struck me, and let me pull it out here so that I can read it to you all. It wasn't the one that I intended to talk about, but wow, what a fitting quote. So listen to this. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Everything else is secondary. Now, that was taken from his commencement address at Stanford University in 2005. When I read this quote, I said, man, okay, if this isn't a quote for life, and I don't know about you, but I know I personally have been guilty of it, with whether you get caught up in the things that you're involved in at work or in the community or just other people's expectations in general, and you end up sort of on this race of, this is the path that I'm supposed to be on, so let me just play the part. The thing is, when we do this, and I'm realizing it more and more even on my own journey, when we do this, we are missing out on an opportunity, but we're also missing out on an opportunity not just for ourselves, but again for other people. If we know that there's a path that we want to take, there's a bigger impact that we want to take, but we allow ourselves to continue to live this life because it's picture perfect or seems the way it should be for the job that we're in, the role we hold in the community, the role we hold in the family, we're cheating ourselves and we're cheating other people. And so I just wanted to share that quote with you, because if you're not taking the path of saying, all right, what ultimately is it that I want to be doing? Or again, when you know that you're supposed to be making a bigger impact and you're holding out because you're playing a role, you're missing out. So if you are on the path of saying, well, what do I do next? Where do I go next? What's if I do want to be making this bigger impact role, how am I going to get there? Or maybe you've been thinking about how to get there, but you've been thinking about it for years and the action hasn't exactly caught up with you. You know who you are when I say that. I want to invite you. I have got this fulfilling career roadmap that I keep talking about and people keep asking me about. But it is a way to help you stop and say, all right, what exactly is the impact that I want to make? And for you to start spelling it out. To say, okay, over the next 3 months, over the next 6 months, over the next whichever time period, what are the actions that I need to take? What are the opportunities in terms of connections that I need to make? What's the new education that I need to do? What are the roadblocks I need to take out of my way? And to really guide you down that path. So I encourage you, if you are really ready to make a commitment to getting things into action and not just talking about it. And I know that if you are listening, and again, if you are one of those ambitious professionals, you can very well be, hey, I got this plan and I've had it for the last few years, but it's easy to get sidetracked in the hustle. So if you want to make the plan and you want to really get going, pedal to the metal and put it in action, go ahead and check out fulfillingcareerroadmap.com. Once you go on there, first thing you can do, you can download just my exact strategy that I used to move from at one point in time to move from a career that I wasn't as thrilled about into one that was really exciting for me and that I was passionate about. And you'll get a chance to get that strategy and download that for free. And you'll get a chance to hear a little bit more about that fulfilling career roadmap and how that can help you get into action. Because just like Steve said, let me go back to his quote here. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Keep that with you, take it and hold on to it. So I hope you have a great day, a great evening whenever you're listening, and I'll talk to you again soon. Thanks for listening. If you haven't already, subscribe, share, follow, leave us a review, whatever other cool thing you could do it to this podcast so we can make sure that we stay connected. And I look forward to talking to you again very soon.
The podcast you just heard was made using Anchor. Ever thought about making your own podcast? Anchor makes it really easy for anyone to get started. It's a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing podcasts. Best of all, it's 100% free. Sign up now at anchor.fm/new. That's anchor.fm/new to get started.